Hello, everyone. I am Founding Father Benjamin Franklin, and welcome to the Step Up America Foundation podcast. Join us every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as we celebrate incredible Americans from all walks of life. You may hear from a NASA astronaut, a professional or amateur athlete, a musician, and of course, current and past military heroes, just to name a few. And who knows, you might even learn a thing or two along the way. Well, that's enough from me. Let me introduce you to our hosts, John McIntosh, Mark Renahan, and Adrian Garcia. Take it away, team!
And welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Step Up America podcast. I am your host, John McIntosh, and I am always blessed to have a few other people with me today. Mr. Mark Renahan.
Is that what I am now? A few other people?
I said great people.
Okay, that's no. You just said a few other people. I think you were.
I said I was blessed.
Okay,
though,
I guess I'll do that. Hey, John, how are you?
I'm
Great
not
to
too
see
bad.
you.
Not too bad.
Great road trip this weekend.
Yeah, not bad. So, Adrian, how are you, bud?
Doing great. Can't complain.
Good deal. And Noah behind the scenes?
I am doing good.
Excellent. So, last week we were back in the classroom.
We were. It was
twice actually.
It was a very
It was
fun
fun.
and interesting. It was nice to try out the new, I guess we'll call it Rona Ben. Rona Ben was on Google Classroom and in Zoom, and it was definitely interesting to the kiddies have the microphones muted and you got to unmute, and then they sometimes can figure out how to. So to everyone out there who is doing the online teaching, Ben Franklin relates to you, I guess.
No, and to be honest, Mark, it went really well.
It went incredibly well, and I'm not going to lie, I had a tad bit of anxiety. I was afraid that we might have, just a technical issue.
Well, it's technology, and you and I, that's not our
No,
strong suit.
it is not my strong suit.
But we managed to pull it off. What did you think, Adrian?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. Finally being able to see the kids' faces and just interacting with them. It's no complaints here, and it actually went surprisingly well, like better than what I had hoped for. It's obviously not the same, as when you're in the classroom, but we have to deal with it since coronavirus.
I thought there was some. Hello,
Noah.
Sorry.
that's
okay.
all right.
Oh, there we go.
No,
We're back online.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
But I thought there were aspects of it which were really cool, and parts of it I thought were a little bit better in certain circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. It was we obviously it was good for us because now we were able to adjust and do a few things differently.
Right.
Ben can no longer host, and because I just could, not that I'm Ben, but Ben had trouble muting and unmuting and seeing the kids. So it's
But that's all stuff we work through. And
yeah, absolutely. But no, I was quite happy with the results, and the kids, were definitely excited. That was
They were glued to their screens, so that's definitely a plus.
Yeah, so we
true.
actually got a big classroom Friday.
Yeah, that's gonna be another Google Classroom.
Brand new. Well, we've never done Google Classroom.
This is our first Google Classroom Friday.
Yeah, we did Zoom meets on.
Should be fun. We're all relying on me and myself and my
Yep.
computer skills.
So we're excited about that, and we're partnered up with Panther Run Elementary School down south in Palm Beach County. They were kind enough to invite us back this year.
They're a repeat school, so that's
Yeah,
always,
One of my
that's always a
favorites, the
plus.
kids
Yep.
at Panther Run.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. It's going to be cool, but it is Tuesday.
So we have to get to the state game.
We do.
And we have a little trivia question, and you won
We
the
do.
off-screen,
I won the
rock, paper, scissors.
rock, paper, scissors. So
Between me and Mark today.
There was some controversy in the rock, paper, scissors today, but we
we
worked it out
settled
at the
it.
end. Adrian
Yep.
may have thrown early or late. We don't know. But all right, what's the question?
All right, so
Make
we're
it a
gonna.
good one.
This is fitting for the day because we're gonna talk a little bit about the road trip we went
Right.
on.
Which was a lot of fun, by the way.
Yep.
Definitely enjoyed it.
So this question has to do with automobiles.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
You
I
guys
think.
ready?
Maybe.
All right. Which animal can be seen on the Porsche logo?
The
Adrian.
Porsche logo. It's a bull, right?
Horse.
Horse is correct.
On the Porsche logo?
Absolutely. Looks like you're throwing, buddy.
I could have
Quit
sworn-
dilly
I
dallying.
could've
Let's
sworn it
go,
was a
man.
bull.
Mark and I will get out of the way. Hopefully, you hit the state we just visited. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right.
So then it'll be easy for me.
All right, for all of our listeners out there, Adrian's going to throw the dart up against the virtual map of the United States behind me as soon as I get out of the way, and then he'll have to answer some questions regarding that state. Don't throw yet, Adrian.
I just gotta know where Virginia is. Alright, come on.
Not even close. Way high.
What is it?
Tennessee.
Oh, all right.
Oh, we haven't done
wow.
Tennessee yet.
You are southwest of Virginia.
Alright, well,
Unfortunately.
All right,
it's
Tennessee.
close enough,
I
so-
actually, I think I have some
I got a
some
few,
good
yeah.
Tennessee. All right, well, let's start
Absolutely.
with the. Let's go with the state capital, John. You take that first. Adrian, what is the state capital of Tennessee?
Memphis.
Really? Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I know.
Yes, Memphis.
Memphis is your final answer.
Yes, final answer.
Wow. What's probably the
most
coolest
famous city
state
in Tennessee?
in Tennessee?
The obvious one, because I figured it was gonna be wrong. Nashville.
Wrong. Nashville is correct, but you got that
Oh.
one wrong. You stood fast with Memphis twice.
Yes, because I figured, okay, you know, Memphis is obviously the obvious answer, and you know, what if it's wrong?
All right, what's the state nickname?
Oh wow.
The
on,
We
you
actually-
Smoky
we
Mountain
actually-
State.
We actually do a lesson on it.
On Tennessee?
No, on the nickname of the state.
Of Tennessee.
Yes, of Tennessee. If I
I don't
am
think.
actually
No, we
correct.
don't have
Am I correct?
I think you are.
a lesson.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the what's the blank state. What is some of the okay? What is a lesson that we do that is not related? That it's just you could maybe be a good citizen is a lesson we do. What other lessons do we do? It's really good to
That
do.
involves
It's really good to do
lesson
what
did we
in your
do
community?
Last week?
volunteerism.
Okay,
So
The
So-
volunteering state.
No, the volunteer.
the volunteer
state.
The volunteer
state, is
state.
Tennessee. So
Absolutely.
Well, it was close enough. Volunteering state, volunteer state.
Nah,
It's the
it's
same thing,
0 for 2.
almost.
Oh, for
state
two.
license
Okay.
plate slogan,
All right, this
and it's nothing to do with volunteer. So don't try and
All right.
regurgitate that.
the Smoky State, Smoky Mountain State.
No, no. It's Tennessee, America at its best. Sounds good to me. Tennessee sounds good to me. I actually like that.
Tennessee
one.
sounds good to
And
me.
Tennessee,
That rhymes.
follow me to Tennessee. But I believe the newest one is Tennessee, America at its best. The other two are formerly states.
Yeah, there's no way I would have gone any of
How about
those.
what else from Tennessee? What else from Tennessee?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, that's
0
a
for
fail.
3. That's a
All right,
big
let's see
fail.
how
Wow,
about this?
thanks, Noah.
We had a guest once,
You're
a
welcome.
celebrity guest on our radio show from Tennessee. Who was the guest and what was his profession?
Dara Worley, and he's a country music star.
Oh, all right. We'll give you that.
Name some other cities other than Nashville and Memphis.
Okay, there's Gatlinburg.
All right.
There is. I feel like I should know more.
I can give at least 2 more. Can you?
Pickwick Dam.
Well, Gatlinburg's the only other one that's like
Yeah,
famous.
that's-
I don't know.
no, it's not true. Chattanooga,
Chattanooga, of course.
Johnson
Okay.
City, Tennessee. There's a country song. Several of them.
I don't remember. That does not sound familiar to me.
Uh,
I don't doubt you though, but it just doesn't sound familiar to
It's
me.
in a Darius Rucker song.
What are the name of the University of Tennessee football team are called the what?
All right, this.
And I'll give you a hint. It was part of the license plate slogan. Easy this
You know that
Tuesday.
emoji that with the guy?
Oh, the
covering his
facepalm
face?
emoji?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what we need up right behind
You
us.
know,
right
I
now
receive a
because
lot of those face palm
I'm,
emojis from folks. You have to
I'm
trust me. on that.
flabbergasted.
I don't even remember what the slogans were. The license plate
The
slogans.
Tennessee.
Sounds good to me.
Volunteers.
Oh.
Volunteers.
Yeah, we.
All right. How
hey,
about
I
this?
think
Are there
we-
any pro sports teams there that people would want to know the name of?
Oh God.
For example, the Tennessee Blank plays football, and there, if you would think, you might see Clash of the Blanks would be a way to fill that.
Tennessee
in.
Titans.
Hey, I got my man.
What about hockey? That one's. Oh, that one's slipping my. They
No,
play
I got
right
it.
out of Nashville.
I got it. All right, I'll give you a hint. It's the Nashville Blank, and there was once an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Yeah, I got it.
where
Yeah.
this was the bad guy.
I
He's
remember.
invisible. He's an alien with dreadlocks. He has a plasma cannon on his shoulder.
Alien with dreadlocks.
He has a
Predator?
spear. Yay!
Predators.
The Nashville
All right.
Predators is
All
the
right.
name of the
All
team.
right, so you're still getting a facepalm emoji on your.
I thought
efforts today.
thought
That
Tennessee was going to be an easy state, but I guess
Adrian, we're gonna go out on a limb here and say that today's test was a complete and
Okay.
utter failure, and that's all right though. It was an incredibly long.
No,
That is
wow.
hilarious.
There was hurricane driving in
Right,
both
yeah.
directions, by the way.
Oh yeah. So for our listeners out there, we're blessed enough to go up and meet with some people up in Danville, or not Danville,
South Boston, Virginia.
John, before you go
And,
any further, could you tell the audience what is South Boston named after? What city?
Oh, I can't even
I'll
imagine.
give you a hint.
Maybe
It's in the name.
Boston, Massachusetts.
I'm just pointing that out.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I know
yep,
you
yep,
like to
yep,
talk
yep,
a lot
yep.
about Virginia, but just they have
No, I
to get the
did.
names
It-
of the towns
yeah.
there from Massachusetts.
It was nice being up there. I'm not gonna lie, the hometown state, and it was gorgeous up there, man.
No, it was
And,
it was one of the greatest trips ever.
And it was actually cold too,
yeah, it was different.
which was
Yeah,
a change from the 100% humidity here in Florida.
Right.
So.
On the way up, we did get the remnants of that hurricane, which wasn't the most pleasant drive in the world.
Well, first of all, I must just my driving skills in a hurricane were unbelievable.
for all our listeners out there,
Couldn't even see in front of you.
yeah,
It was like
when
all
we,
white.
When we finally dropped Mark off at his place late Sunday, on our way back, I could breathe again.
Yeah, see,
So-
these are all lies spread by these two. I'm an incredible driver, and they just don't like the fact that I'm a city driver, and you guys are not. That's all.
Well, do you want to share a little bit about who we got to go visit and what we got to do?
We did. We went to go visit an incredible organization called Racing for Heroes, and they do all sorts of work to help our veteran community, especially some of those with PTSD, and of course the veteran suicide problem going on. And also Lisa, who is a good friend of ours and has her own podcast. We went to visit her, and we'll be doing some more stuff with her. But we actually got to go to the South Boston Speedway, where Colin Garrett, who is a NASCAR Xfinity Series racer, he is does a lot of work for veterans himself. Of course, he does the work with Racing for Heroes. So we got a tour of their facility, which was crazy.
Amazing.
Well, we visited two tracks.
Yes.
We just did a drive-by of South Boston Speedway, which, if there's any racing fans out there, that holds a lot of clout. And then we were down at the Virginia International Raceway, and we actually got to do a couple laps.
We did.
That
We
was a
actually,
lot of fun.
A former Green Beret, I believe, took us out on in a tactical car on my birthday. It happened to be also, and bombed
What a
us
treat.
around- It was bombed us around the track, and I had a lot of fun. I stole the front seat from John and Adrian, also, so that was making it even better.
Yeah, so big shout out to Mike and the team from Racing for Heroes, and man, what a cool family we met in the Garrett family.
Oh,
Oh,
what
yeah,
an absolutely
Brian, Colin,
blast of a day.
Jill.
Good people for sure.
Wow,
good
incredible
people.
people. And yeah, we're looking forward to having some fun with them. in
Yeah,
the
and
future,
actually
so.
next week we're gonna have them on the show on the big Wednesday show. We're gonna go all over Racing for Heroes and all the incredible things that they do, and of course you can check them out on the internet at www.racingforheroes.org, and they do a incredible amount of work. We'll be getting into more and more on that as we keep going.
Yeah, and make sure you go out and track Colin Garrett in the Xfinity Series. What he and his family and his whole team, as a matter of fact, are doing is absolutely incredible. The way they're going about funding their race team is unique and different, and it's grassroots.
Yeah, and Colin is an All-American, just great. young
Yeah,
man.
no, great kid.
You couldn't support a
His
better
whole
driver.
family is, and what about Hamilton, their dog?
Oh, he's the greatest dog I've met in a
Yeah,
long
no.
time.
Beautiful
very,
dog,
very
beautiful
good
dog.
World. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
a big shout out to the Garrett family for the hospitality. We can't thank you enough. We were blessed to have met you, and we hope we can do some great things for you going forward.
No
So,
hope. We are gonna. So that's just
Yeah,
wanna add
no,
that.
I gotcha, without a doubt. So it'll be exciting next week to have them on.
And
too.
now let's not forget of the variety of. So I am, as everyone who does follow knows, I'm from Boston. I am a big fan of eating, and I'm especially the southern fast food. So John and Adrian were kind enough on this trip. We stopped because we drove.
Yeah.
Due to the pandemic and having to bring a lot of our equipment and stuff, it was easier for us to drive. I think it was 12 hours the day up.
10 and a half, but
Well,
it took
it was
us
like around
12.
We would have
yeah,
gotten
so
there,
the
but
hurricane, yeah.
thank God I was driving and we're taking the 17 if Dad here was behind the wheel. But anyway, we were able to stop at, I think I got the Zaxby's, which is a chicken
Yeah,
place
a
for all
first.
of my friends at home that has a delicious dipping sauce. Cookout, which no one had heard of when I talked to on the phone on Sunday night. and I think I had a cheeseburger there.
I took it. Yeah, no, and then I took you to Hardee's.
Hardee's was the other
Which is-
one. Yes,
yeah.
yes. There was a lot of Southern fast food going on, which I enjoyed severely, and it was a great trip.
A lot about Zaxby's.
Oh, Zaxby's is great, man. The Zax sauce.
Yeah,
You-
the
you
sauce,
always get extra
no,
and store it
is
in your
very
fridge.
good. Yeah, no, I enjoyed the Zaxby's quite. Am I missing any place? I think that was it.
No,
think that's
there-
it, yeah.
Well,
All the
other
fast
than
food
the,
We went to real restaurants
Yeah.
for work, but I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I'm talking about just
Yeah.
on the road trip.
Absolutely. So, very cool. We had talked a little bit about this, Mark. Sometimes we got to do a show and promote ourselves
Absolutely.
and what we do and what we stand for. And this foundation was created independently about a year ago. And it's all about teaching our kids how to become good citizens.
Absolutely.
Zero politics. We refuse to discuss it. We just teach history. And we teach children what it means to be a good citizen through a series of 16 different lesson plans we have.
And don't forget, although we only have 16, if you are a teacher and you have a lesson that you would like us to teach, you can just contact us beforehand. And barring, it's not too whatever.
Right.
We're pretty much willing to do everything as long as it meets with state standards and meets with our
mission.
our
Our
own
mission,
mission and
right.
our own,
And the cool thing about what we're doing, Mark, we've adapted and overcame this pandemic with a platform that is now able to go virtually into the classrooms, which is super cool. Obviously, we can't wait to get back in person because there's nothing like that human interaction
Oh, yeah, for sure.
with the kids and
Nothing
Ben
beats it.
Franklin. We offer these lessons free because we are a nonprofit. And we rely on very kind people to keep us funded that believe in what we're doing. And it's my personal opinion, we need this program now more than ever.
Absolutely.
We need to teach kids to understand their history, understand how the system works, so then they can go out and create positive changes going forward. And one of the things that Sergeant Major Myers, who's one of our teammates who does Sergeant Major's Corner on Thursday for us, is always discussing is we're trying to create a more perfect union. We realize we're not perfect. We're never going to be. But as Americans, we need to strive for a more perfect union. And I believe what we do absolutely dovetails into that. So, Mark, do you want to explain a little bit about how this, if an educator called us or it doesn't need to be an educator, it could be
Anybody.
Yeah.
Like I tell people, we once did it at a trampoline park in the
Right.
summertime. So sure, I'd love to tell you about it, John, and I'll dive into it a little bit more. But basically how it works is these two gentlemen sitting to my left will be your facilitators. And we have a computer avatar of Ben Franklin that will be in the classroom. Now I'm going to explain first how it would be as if we were in regular time, not that Rona time. If it was regular time, how it works is if this was actually a classroom, there'd be a screen up the front here. We use a TV or whatever you might have in your own classroom. But again, we can bring in a big TV if you need be. If not, we usually just use, most of the schools have already, projectors or whatever at the beginning of the room. Either John or Adrian is your facilitator. They're at the front of the room. Whatever the lesson may be, let's say it's, my personal favorite is being a good citizen. Either John or Adrian will introduce themselves, tell the kids a little bit about the Step Up America Foundation and the lesson they're going to do. And then they'll say they have a very special guest today. And they'll fake a text to Ben Franklin, who then appears in the front. And Ben always starts off by doing a quick biography about Ben Franklin himself. And for those who don't know much about Ben Franklin, and I'll be the first to tell you that prior to getting this job, I knew about the kite experiment and things like that. But when I tell you the man is he's literally involved in almost every aspect of life, even today. He has an amazing history, but we go over that. And then we go over the lesson plan. Throughout, of course, Ben and John or Adrian, who's ever in there, interact with the students and each other, so that keeps things fresh. And we go over stuff too. Also, teachers are more than welcome to join along with us. Again, we're talking about if we're here in person. Then at the end, they do a great little worksheet to kind of reinforce what they just learned. Then
Right.
the best part comes, which is not only do we educate, but we literally want to always make sure we entertain the kids, even if for a few minutes. So at the end, we always have a question and answering period, and of course, we always try to keep it related to history, but especially when it's the little kids, they ask Ben silly questions like, what's your favorite food? Is pizza and things like that. So it works great. Now, of course, with that Rona, we can't be here in person because we want to, keep the social distancing and all that. So we have adapted and we have gone to both Zoom in Google Classroom, and that works just how you think. As opposed to when the kids get on, they'll see Ben on their screen, and I've never been on the other end, so I'm not sure how it looks for them. But
Right.
And John or Adrian will also be there with their face in person. We're doing our best to try and make that into a cartoon to not scare as many adults. But we'll put those up on the screen with them. And again, Ben just does the interaction just happens between the two squares because obviously it's a different time. But I promise everyone, I've never done it where the kids don't love it. They don't laugh. They don't have a blast.
And yeah, we were a little bit leery doing the first virtual.
I'm not gonna
classroom
lie.
Last week, and the reactions we got were incredible.
Yeah, we actually did a test. This is the
Right.
thing that I love. We were nice enough to have one of our classes that we go to a lot allowed us to do a test earlier in the week last
Right.
week.
Yeah.
And literally, and we didn't even know this. A few students showed up just to, whatever. And the kids were like, "Oh, we can't wait to start this. I want to see Ben Franklin." So that kind of gave me a little whatever. And then the next day, of course, when we got on and it worked out, I was expecting, the internet's going to blow up. This is
Right.
going to happen. That's going to happen. And again, we're
It
in
didn't,
Florida in
yeah.
the rainy season with
Yeah,
his
I
lightning
know.
bolts
Right,
coming.
right.
I mean, yesterday I thought we were going to explode. So, but it worked out well.
No, it did. It was incredible. And here's one of the cool things we started doing, Mark, because we were rocking and rolling in the classrooms.
Oh,
we
it was
were
great.
booked solid for about 2 months, and then COVID came.
Yeah.
And
That Rona.
and we had to shut down. But prior to doing that, one of the counties we spend a lot of time in is Escambia County.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And we decided we were going to go out and do some actual studies to see if kids were actually retaining
What
this
they learned.
information. So we went out and we did pre and post tests. And the retention rate, don't quote me on this isn't a solid number, but I know it was near 60% greater than when they received their pretest. So not only are these kids having fun, they're retaining what they're doing. And to me, that's the best of both worlds, man.
And I can tell you that I know, one of the fun things we do is when we're talking about the three branches of government, just to give you a good example of fun, silly stuff, is we say, let's eat Jell-O.
Right.
For
Which we're actually going to do Friday.
Legislative, executive, judicial, which is a
Right.
great way. And I already knew. That's one of the few things I already knew, but that's something that I can always, remember. And just to be, the fact that I still remember all the Ben stuff tells me how interesting it is. I mean, Ben Franklin is just, it's ridiculous if you
No, it
really
is.
delve into all the
Yeah,
stuff he's done,
it
as
is.
are all of our founding fathers and other famous Americans that we are slowly planning on getting into. I know I don't want to start shooting out the names because the IT guy who already dislikes me for breaking everything in the office, and I will continue to do that. I'm never apologizing. But he is almost completing, a bunch of different characters. And once we get all that going, and once things, get back to whatever normal they're going to slowly get back to when kids are in school, we're looking forward to just continuing. But we're not going to stop. We are, again, this week and next week, we are in the classroom, Google.
Yeah,
whatever
we
it is.
got multiple classrooms lined up down in Palm Beach County, which we're excited about, and actually one tomorrow here in Indian River County, Florida, which is cool. So if you're out there, you're an educator, or you know an educator, do us a favor, share this with them. Share what we're doing. Adrian will give us will give you all how to get in touch with us. And why don't you go ahead and do that now, Adrian? And we humbly ask, if you believe in creating good citizens and striving for a more perfect union, we're here to help you. And it's free, which is cool. So
Right. So if anybody out there wants to, schedule a classroom or even just schedule a demo of Bench to see how it all works, please, just email us info@stepupamericaprogram.org. That's our direct email, or you can just check out our website where we have a contact us form, which is stepupamericaprogram.org.
excellent. So again, share it. Get the word out about what we're doing. We are being a little bit selfish today because normally part of being a good citizen is touting what other great Americans are doing, what local businesses in our community have done. But every once in a while we gotta step back and ask for help. And I am asking for help.
Absolutely.
We are asking for help, and if you agree that creating a more perfect union is valuable and necessary in this day and time, we certainly do. We would humbly ask, number one, that you spread the word with people that might be interested in this program. Number two, we are a 501c3 and we need your donations. Without the kind
Generosity.
thank you, Adrian.
It was a long drive home
Yeah,
Sunday.
of individuals and organizations helping us achieve our mission, we don't exist. And I firmly believe that we are much needed right now. And
I couldn't
Oh,
agree
yeah,
more.
for sure,
And,
I
and
agree.
the problem that we had is we had a lot planned, and we were
Yeah.
ripping and roaring before that Rona hit, and we would have probably been a lot better financially, but we had a lot of things canceled that you just
Right.
couldn't do.
Screeching halt.
Yes, exactly. And by the way, we totally understand that everybody had that
Sure,
happen.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
we were lucky enough that we were able to keep working and bringing the online stuff to the students and able to do this. So we understand, and we feel terrible for those of you who have been out of work and haven't been able to get back to work. But for those of you who can and who may want to see that, a project like the Ben Franklin Project that gets in and teaches the young kids. And again, I can't stress this enough. We have nothing to do with politics. We have nothing to do with any hot button issues. It literally starts off with, this Ben Franklin. And for those of you who don't know what Ben looks like, this is who comes into your classroom. There's Ben there. He tells a brief bio of himself, where he was born. He grew up in Boston, which is something that very few people know, by the way, that Ben Franklin was born in Boston until he was 17, and then he moved to Philadelphia. But that's why sometimes he is a Boston
Yeah,
accent.
and to piggyback on what Mark said, if you can't help us financially, we totally understand that. This is a crazy time for businesses, individuals, you name it. We had a local business on the other day that was sharing some pretty difficult stories about how they had to scale back from a 3-shift operation down to a 1-shift. We get it. But the other thing you can do that doesn't cost a cent is spread the word.
Absolutely.
Spread the word. Share it with your friends. Get the word out about what we're doing, because when this all lifts and we get back to the new normal, we're going to need support. I mean, we need it now, but we're also completely understanding to Mark's point about everything that's going on.
And if you're on the fence, by the way, you don't understand really what it is or whatever, schedule a meeting with Ben Franklin. We can have Ben Franklin meet, if you're a school administrator or a school teacher, Ben can meet with you one-on-one. Literally, Ben, right here, will meet with you any way you want, and he can tell you in person, and you can see the interactive appeal to it, because that's what that a lot of people, we will send you a video of Ben, but you'll just say it's a cartoon. But when you see Ben interacting with the kids, the students, and going back and forth, and by the way, it's for all students. We have done it from kindergarten to seniors in high school, and we've never had any issues whatsoever. They've always all enjoyed it.
Yeah, we actually met. Ben got the privilege when we were up in South Boston this weekend of meeting.
That's right.
Two, I think one was a sophomore, maybe. One
Yes,
was a
that's right.
freshman.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes, I forgot about
And,
that. I wouldn't know because
yeah.
I don't know Ben that well enough to be at his meetings.
Yeah, right. Those kids were blown away, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was incredible to
Well,
see.
it was a good sign.
even one of the gentlemen, Ryan, is a good,
Right.
incredible guy and was an incredible host. If you're listening, he was telling us how, like, when he first saw it, he's like, yeah, that's okay. But when he did it interactive, he's like, oh, okay, that's a whole different ballgame. So
different
when you get
ballgame,
the thank yous from us and things like that, it doesn't really show you the extent of what Ben does.
Right. So bottom line is seeing is believing. I mean, you got to see it to believe it.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to be an educator. If you're just interested in our program and you want to really see how this works because you want to spread the word and help us out, contact us. And we can, if you got Zoom, we can,
Or Google Class or whatever it's called.
You can meet Ben personally, and you won't be disappointed, I guarantee you. So, Adrian, again, I don't want to beat a dead horse here, because going forward, we're going to have local businesses on. Yeah, I'll let you talk about here in a second our guest tomorrow on our podcast, and but if they want to reach out to us, if they want to get in touch with us, say this slow so everybody has an opportunity to write this down, and when we post it on Facebook, Mark, I know you do this, but we'll put our website information out there, how to get in touch with us. If you're interested in what we're doing, please spread the word and get in touch with us, man. There's nothing more we want nothing more we want.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I just
that's-
want Ben Franklin in front of as many students as he can
Absolutely.
to entertain them, and I promise you, I know Ben best personally, and Ben loves entertaining the kids and always does a fantastic job.
Excellent. So, Adrian, let's all of our supporters and listeners out there, nice and slow, how do they reach us?
All right, so for everybody out there listening and watching, please reach out to us. You can do it through our email, which is info@stepupamericaprogram.org, or just head over to our website, which is stepupamericaprogram.org.
Excellent.
And you can also go to our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/StepUpUSA, and our Instagram is Adrian, help me.
StepUpAmerica_.
Thank you. Twitter.
So, here, Twitter. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you
Same
off,
thing.
Mark.
StepUpAmerica_.
All right. So, another way to get in touch with us is just message us through Facebook
Oh, yeah,
or
it's probably
Instagram.
just as
or
easy as
whatever.
email also. I mean,
We'll
we
respond
all get them.
to those, and for everybody out there listening, we're contemplating putting Ben on TikTok.
Yes, we
Oh, yeah.
yes.
So
That'll
we
be
don't know
interesting to
how
see.
that would look yet, but I
If it doesn't
promise
get
you.
banned.
Yeah, I promise it won't be like some of those crazy.
Oh, yeah.
No, it'll just be
It'll
Ben.
be
You know,
fun.
Ben can
Teaching
dance.
lessons.
And,
It'll be fun.
Just
That'll
a
be
little,
cool.
a little
So-
TikTok. We also may get him on Xbox Live playing Call of Duty for the students or Fortnite
Yeah, right.
or whatever they're playing. Again, I have to. No, actually, you might be the one I would talk to about that. So you could maybe figure out how to put. Can you do that, Noah? Can you make an I haven't played video games in a long time.
No, because you typically don't see the person's face unless you're using Discord specifically, which in that case you're
Sorry.
piping through a webcam.
Oh, that's all right. Well,
No,
we'll
it doesn't
we'll
work cleanly.
we'll talk about this offline. I have a lot of stuff for Lane. I'm sure he'll be excited.
Never say never.
Yeah,
We can make it
exactly,
happen,
exactly.
so.
There we
So-
go.
All right, Marky.
Yes, sir.
I apologize for being serious today.
That's all right. No, I wanted to. We needed to
and,
talk a little bit about the Ben Franklin project, especially seeing that we
Yeah.
just started it again. And I got to be honest, we have. It's very different. We had switched when the Rona hit. We switched to doing just a. We were a little confused, and there was literally nothing going on at the schools then. Everyone
Right.
was
Yeah.
just home. So we did a 1-hour show. I believe we did it. I'm already forgetting. Did we do it 3 days a week or 4 days a week or
I think
5
it
days
was
a week?
2
No,
days
we-
a week, wasn't it?
Well, we did live too, and then
We did watch
recorded.
parties,
Yeah.
or
Oh, yeah, there
whatever.
we
So
go.
we were doing all that, but then so we had to kind of concentrate on the show and
Right.
doing things like that. So getting back into Ben was kind of really, I guess, exciting and cool, and kind of gave me a little boost.
No, it
Just
was
it's
for
a lot of fun,
everybody,
and when
yeah.
the little kids are there yelling, and even on the, you get the little screens. And again, to all you teachers, my hats off to you dealing with all the remote learning. I know it's not easy.
Yeah, that's a good point. And Mark, before you sign us off, let's give a shout out to the educators out there. because-
Absolutely, to all you teachers,
Yeah.
and all you parents who are actually
No,
working
yeah.
as some educators
Yeah,
now, also
absolutely,
staying
yeah.
at home. So
Their world is changing almost hourly, and they're having to adapt just like we are. So our hats are off to all the educators out there looking out for our youth. And great point, Mark, bringing up the parents that are having to shuffle their schedules and figure out different work schedules. And gosh, man,
Yeah,
that's
it's-
rough stuff. So if we can be a little bright spot in this chaos, we hope you reach out to us. So
We're here to help.
all right, Mark, I babbled enough today. My
yeah, well,
friend.
don't forget tomorrow at 2:30 we have national anthem girl Janine Stang, and I pronounced her name Stange last time, which is
Uh-oh.
So I apologize, Janine, if you're listening for that. But she's coming on tomorrow. We'll talk about her incredible career. She's also a motivational speaker now, and she does a ton of work with veterans, so she should be an incredible guest.
Awesome.
Tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. And is that it for us today?
It's going to be a good show.
I think so.
All right, well, we'll see you all soon. It was great to be here. And remember, be kind to others and your best to yourself. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great one.
Be safe, y'all.
Till next time.